concede to the gentleman that none of this money is coming from the TARP program. It probably should have, because it's a TARP program. I want to just remind the gentleman that Neil Borowski, the Special Inspector General who oversees TARP, said, in terms of its basic design, its participants, its application process, from an oversight perspective, the Small Business Lending Fund would essentially be an extension of TARP's capital purchase program. From Elizabeth Warren, the SBLF's prospects are far from certain. The SBLF also raises question whether, in light of the capital purchase program's poor performance in improving credit access, any capital infusion for the program can successfully jumpstart small business lending. So everybody but the Democrats understand that this is a TARP program. Now, why did we want SIGTARP to be oversight? Because this is a TARP-like program. And just today it was released that SIGTARP helped bring a new lawsuit today for $1.9 billion in fraud connection with the failure of Colonial Bank. Colonial Bank received $553 million in TARP funds. To say that you're going to go out and put $33 billion into the marketplace and not suffer any losses at a time when we have over 100 banks that are already missed one dividend payment, that we've had one bank that's missed 6 dividend payments, and that several $billion have already been lost from some of these banks that that were defaulted and were closed after the taxpayers had put money in there. And I go back to, you say, well, it doesn't cost the taxpayers any money. I keep asking the majority, where is the $33 billion for this program coming from? And I would yield to the gentleman.
Well, I appreciate you yielding, because I would like to rebut your first point about the TARP, because there's not a dime of TARP money going into the, there's not a dime of TARP money going into this bill. You're undermining the authority, or attempting to undermine the authority of the Inspector General. I reclaim the time if the gentleman's not going to answer my question. The question to the gentleman was, where is the $33 billion coming from? And if the gentleman wants to answer that question, I would love to yield him time. If he's not prepared to tell me where the $33 billion is coming from, then I would not yield the gentleman time. Well, as the gentleman knows, we disposed of that issue yesterday, and we paid for it.
No, the the pay for was to cover any potential losses, supposedly, but where is the $33 billion that you're going to invest in these banks coming from?
With all due respect to the gentleman, I know that this doesn't fit into the political framework of the Republicans to suggest that this is not TARP, this is not another bailout.
I reclaim that time because the gentleman obviously doesn't know where the $33 billion is coming from, and which is part of the problem up here. People just think this money appears when you start saying, I'm going to put $33 billion here, or $100 billion here, or $250 billion here. And nobody knows where the money's coming from, but the bottom line is we know where the money's coming from. We're going out and borrowing that money because the Treasury doesn't have the $33 billion.
The gentleman's time has expired.